What's up, phony homies? On today's episode, we let you know who to sit and who to start in week 1 of the NFL season. And we talk a little bit about last night's game. I cannot wait. DL, are you ready?
Hell yeah.
Let's go. Welcome to another fantastic episode of the Fake Football Guys Show. My name? You want to know my name? It's Giancarlo Campos and my co-host, the one, the only, Dustin DL Lingerman. What's up, Dustin?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. Are you excited?
Yeah, we've been waiting for what, 360 some odd days?
364.
364. So there was one day we weren't. Okay, yeah, I got you. I almost said it, but I didn't. Okay, so yes, it's week 1, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to be sitting my ass on a couch for probably 10 hours.
Yep.
Just watching football. In fact, my wife asked, she's like, hey, do you want our neighbors to come over so we can all hang out? And I said, fuck no. I said,
but you could have said, hey, I want JC to come over to come watch some football. You could have done that.
Hey, you can come over.
You didn't do that, though.
No, well,
no, that's fine. That's
you're
fine.
You're a bachelor. I didn't know.
No, that's cool. No, don't worry about it, man.
I mean,
it's cool.
You want to come over and watch
whatever,
some football?
Dude. No, I don't want your pity invite anymore. But anyway, the executive producer of the show, the one, the only, Andrew Valentine. What's up, Andrew?
I'm so tired right now.
What else?
I'm so frustrated with this machine. I'll tell you, technology right now is a bitch.
It's probably going to crap out on us, I know.
But you know what? If it does, I'm taking this thing out with me. We're all going down.
We're all going down.
Going down with the ship.
Yeah, the captain's going down with the ship. Oh, that's great. That's great. Andrew's always tired. It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
no, it's like I don't even pay attention anymore when he says it.
I just start doing other stuff.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
It's cool.
Yeah,
anyway, the sound engineer of the show, the one, the only, the greatest beard on campus, David Double D Dykstra. What's up, Double D?
That's what I'm talking about, JC.
You're welcome. You know, it looks good today. Yeah.
Did you know that we have a baby wombat now?
Ooh, baby wombat.
We got a baby wombat.
I love
a baby wombat.
Yes, and he's wearing a Bengals jersey. I wish we would have got a camera in there so we could have shown the people.
Yeah. What's up with that tech team? Oh,
Sorry. Who's providing the camera? It's me. You want to grab it in my office and grab it?
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Yeah.
See what
Definitely
happens?
Can, yeah. You just got to unplug it from the small little tower.
Poke the wombat.
Yeah, that's okay.
Why are you poking
I'll
the
just
wombat?
Buy time. Anyway, while my co-host runs and gets the camera, Wombats, what are you guys going to name our intern today? Baldy McGrindy. What are you guys going to name him?
Baldy McGrindy? What?
I'm just giving you names. That's a old shout out to Borges and Bernstein.
We'll give him we'll call him Womby.
Womby. I like that, actually.
Womby the baby wombat.
I think that's a great name. Womby the baby wombat. I'm cool with that. That works for me. All right, cool. Well, before we get started, I did want to talk to you guys a little bit about Thursday's matchup. DL, a lot happened and a lot didn't happen, and I think people are concerned.
Yeah.
Your hair has never looked better, by the way.
Thank you.
You ran.
I did.
What's your 40 time after that?
Hello, what did?
Yeah, pretty quick 40 time. I think you're like a 4.9.
Not for what, whatever. Okay, so we're recapping Thursday Night Football, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I was trying to buy time while you ran off, but
Okay, well, I'm back.
Yeah.
So overall, I felt the Rams looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
Except for obviously Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. Well, they got steamrolled by probably the best team in football.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
They look legit. But I mean, just to recap, Cooper Kupp did have a day. 15 targets, 13 receptions, 128 yards, and 1 TD.
Insane.
So, I mean, that's why you drafted him, right?
That is exactly why.
You know he's going to show up, right?
That is exactly why.
So, our next wide receiver that we're talking about with the Rams, Allen Robinson. Have you looked at Twitter today?
No, I haven't.
Oh, he's being ripped.
He's getting destroyed?
He's getting destroyed.
Dang.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because he had a clunker.
Well, did he, though?
He did.
All right, before we do that, let's get some of the...
targets.
Hold on. Before we do that, I do want to remind the people at home, before we get into the show, they got to follow us, DL.
Sorry.
On Twitter, where can they follow us?
Tweet FFG.
Awesome. Thank you. And if they have any questions like, hey, what should I do with Allen Robinson? and they want to ask us that,
Get rid of 'em.
how can they get that trending? What do they do?
If you want to answer it right away, I would use the hashtag #AskUsFFG.
I like it. That's man of the industry. Look at that. Look at that. But some people, like my uncle in Mexico, does not have Twitter. He doesn't even know what Twitter is. He's like, Twitter? What is that? So what he does instead is he sends us emails. Yeah. If people want to send us emails, where can they send them?
I made it really simple. It's just askusffg@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's perfect, man. That's perfect. I'm glad you made it really
the
simple.
hashtag and the Gmail.
It's like branding, right?
Yeah,
that's so
it's
good.
like weird.
Wonder where we got that.
I mean, it's pretty
Wonder
much
how we got that. But anyway,
all me.
if people want to send us voicemails, I know that you've been listening to a ton of voicemails recently.
Yeah.
One of them, there's a song. I don't know. I hope you didn't preload it in the show notes or anything like that, because that song is something special. But anyway, if people want to send us any voicemails, where can they call us?
Area code 708-655-4508.
Please call that number. My phone has been silent for many days now, so I need voicemails.
Dry season?
Dry season.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, but it's going to pick up. I'm like a fall boy, so.
No.
It's about to pick up.
You're just waiting for girls to get the winter
Business
coats.
is
so low.
open, but it's not booming.
Have
so.
you ever heard that?
What?
Girls try to get a winter coat?
Yeah,
Know
I've
what
heard
that
that.
means?
Yeah, I absolutely know what that means.
What's that mean?
Wouldn't it be we are trying to get a winter coat?
They are, because they have holiday
Okay, that's. I don't want to. We don't
got to
need.
bring someone home for grandma.
We don't need to know this
So they
breakdown
don't know
before
that
it gets before we get
Okay.
like demonetized. I can't let this happen. Jesus. Do we have a baby Wombi here? Like we can't get into this kind of stuff right
Hey,
now.
it's all right. Hey, you got to learn.
Well, anyway, DL, as always, for the phony homies at home, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and
Smash!
that notification button. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, on any podcast service that you got. We're there.
Literally.
Yeah. So
every single one.
check us out. Check us
I
out.
would.
DL, it's a jam-packed show. Let's get right into it.
As usual.
A lot happened.
I did.
What do you got?
What do you mean what do I got? What do you got?
Well, I got some crazy stuff happened. Last night's game, man.
Okay, so now we're recapping?
Now we're recapping.
Are we draft recapping or we TFN recap?
Oh,
You want to talk about your draft or
yeah.
no?
Let's talk about the draft,
Okay, so our last show, we did a mock draft, right? You know what?
which is awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people liking it.
Yep.
In fact, our intern even said that he learned a little something from it.
There you go.
So you're welcome.
So did we.
I did. Actually, I did. That was my segue because I literally utilized the heavy RB strategy in all of my leagues.
Oh.
So check this out. I got lots of shares of Jalen Hurts. Like literally every team. And I heard that he's even going to have a better second year because he's more accurate. That came out on Sleeper. Thank you. And then I kept, like I said, with the heavy RB. So I got lots of shares of Cook, Swift, Kamara, and with a little sprinkles of Breece Hall and Dameon Pierce.
Nice.
Which, really, I just love the strategy. Like, honestly, I got some really good wide receivers. Even last night watching the game, I was like, dang, dude, like, I got a good team. Like, Gabriel Davis scored a touchdown. It's great.
There you go.
Okay. What
like
about
it.
you, man? How did your draft?
Pretty good. For some reason, I got a ton of shares of Tom Brady. First time ever in fantasy football that I got a lot of shares of Tom Brady. But he was kind of falling. He kind of fell like the back end of the top 10. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm okay with it.
The only thing that scares me about Tom Brady is that is this the year he's going to be like that? Peyton
Yeah, the fall
Manning?
off. Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. It remains to be
I'll
seen.
roll the dice. Who cares?
We'll find out. I'd
We're
rather
gonna
have
roll
Tom Brady over Matt Stafford. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I got a lot of shares of Tom Brady. I got a ton of shares of Dameon Pierce.
Nice.
I got a ton of shares of Jamar Chase. A ton of shares of Allen Robinson. A ton.
I'm sorry. What was that? I think you faded there.
A ton of shares of
Of
Allen
who?
Robinson.
I didn't catch-
I have. I'm
Allen
in
Robinson?
11 leagues. I think I have him in 7.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, man.
Whoopsie.
But he's not like my first or second guy, but still. I have a ton of shares of Cortland Sutton.
Okay.
I have a ton of shares of Rashad Bateman. So there's a lot of guys that I'm a real big fan of. J.K. Dobbins fell to me in a lot of leagues. I got a ton of shares of J.K. Dobbins.
I wonder why.
Yeah, well, because he's not 100% healthy. Yeah, and those are basically the guys I got. And Travis Kelce. I have Travis Kelce in like 10 leagues.
What?
Of 11.
Is it because of our show and you utilize one of our strategies?
Well, yes, absolutely, and because Tyreek's
1-2,
gone, and because I'm in a lot of PPR leagues, and he's a
there you go.
PPR monster. Hopefully, he doesn't fall off either, because I'll be screwed.
I don't think he. No, I just don't see it, man.
Yeah.
He's too. Well, I guess. Hey, it's week 1, man.
Yeah.
We didn't think Stafford was going to have a bad game, or even I don't know. Anyways, we'll get to it. Coming back to the Thursday night recap, right? We did go to your boy that you have, what was that, 10 shares, 11 shares?
Allen Robinson, yeah.
Allen Robinson had a clunker last night.
He did. Was it his fault though?
Yeah.
What's the main stat here? When we're talking receivers,
2 targets. How many times he got targeted?
that's it.
1 reception.
And one of the targets was so god awful.
Was that the
At
one
the
in the
end of the
zone?
game, yes.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys
sad.
read lips, but I'm a professional lip reader. That's like my job. That's what I
He
do.
said he didn't want the ball.
And that's what Matt Stafford said. He turned and looked at Sean McVay and said he didn't want the ball.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So basically, they're not on the same page at all. But you know who is on the same page? Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford.
See, hold on. You
Yeah.
know what I took that as?
Yeah.
So you're saying that whose fault was it then? Was it Stafford's?
I think it's
or Allen?
Stafford's. But maybe he's
course
saying
he
maybe he's saying
got 10
Allen didn't do enough to go get it. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the play?
Yeah, I
Did
saw
you
the play.
Honestly, saw the.
I saw that he was smothered. He was smothered.
Yeah, he gave up.
Well, I don't think he gave
I mean,
up.
Cooper. Oh, did you see what Cooper Kupp did with his 1 touchdown?
I did.
With his toes?
I did.
He could have gave up, and he
did.
didn't.
I did.
He got it in there.
Yeah, it's
Like
a lot.
me.
Okay, so let me ask you: should I be concerned?
I would be concerned. Yep. And I'm going to go over
Ooh,
that a little
you would
bit
be
after we
concerned.
finish this, because I actually have a whole thing what you should be looking for in your week 1.
Oh, okay.
So let's finish wrapping this up. Cam Akers was horrible.
Yeah.
He was not getting a lot of touches, and honestly, looks like he lost a step, like for real. So kind of like what you said last week with the expert saying, like after Achilles injury, you lose a step or don't really have the acceleration. And yeah, Cam looked like he was a step behind. He only had 3 attempts, no yards, no TDs.
Yeah. He didn't make one guy miss.
So honestly, those of you who drafted him probably weren't watching our show because I got
We
0
told
shares.
same here.
And I skipped right over him. I was like, pff, sucker. So,
Along with that, 0 shares of James Robinson too, because he has the same Achilles injury. So
there you go.
just
So
a
keep that
heads
in
up.
mind. You know what?
Yep.
You know who has Robinson and Cam Akers?
who?
One team in our league.
Oh, is it our buddy Rudd?
It is
Oh,
right.
poor Rudd.
Send the belt.
Yeah. Send the
Anyways.
bell. But you know the bad news for Akers is good news for another player.
Yeah. And that would be Darrell Henderson Jr.
Darrell Henderson, you were close.
Darrell.
Darrell, can
Darrell.
you grab that? Can you please clip that? We need that. Darrell.
What? Why-
That's so good.
I mean, okay.
But anyway, Henderson looked good.
Yeah, 13 attempts, 47 yards. No TDs, though.
It's okay.
But, I mean, they were playing from behind.
Rams looked bad.
Yeah.
You throw that one away.
Yeah.
You like
'Cause-
take that game and you just throw it away.
Yep.
It happens.
Yep.
It shouldn't have happened on your ring ceremony night, your
No.
banner unveiling, but you know.
But once again, it kind of stays true with that whole like Super Bowl hangover thing.
No, that's true.
Or any team that wins a championship, they usually are pretty bad the next year for whatever reason. Finally, on the Rams side, Matthew Stafford looked rusty, bro.
Dude, he looked, yeah.
He got okay. So
Maybe that elbow? Maybe the elbow?
I don't know. He just didn't seem like in sync. 41 attempts, only 29 completions.
Is it Matt Stafford that was bad, or is it the Bills' defense that was great?
Good question.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, you know that's a good point because that Bills D looked
I think
ferocious.
2 of Stafford's interceptions weren't his fault.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But there was a lot of times where I saw like guys that were open from what we could see. We didn't get the all-22 film, just from what we can see. That it looked like guys were open, and he just didn't have the time.
He didn't have the time.
Yeah.
They were getting off that ball. And Von Miller.
Yeah.
Woo,
And we're
he
talking
still
about
got
Matt
it.
Stafford here. He didn't get a full training camp either with the whole elbow thing
Yeah.
going on. Like maybe his timing was
But I
off.
mean,
And
I'm sorry. It's Matt Stafford. He's been in the league for how many years? Does
Yeah.
he really need like a full camp and all that?
I mean,
Obviously, maybe he does since he had only 1 completion, or I'm sorry, 29 completions, 1 TD, and 3 interceptions. But, I mean, what about Tom Brady? Right? Tom Brady didn't go to camp, and
Brady's
I bet he's
otherworldly.
not gonna.
Brady's
Okay.
the GOAT.
All right,
A
fine.
little different.
All right, we're going to flip over to the Bills side. Josh Allen, 36 attempts, 26 completions, 297 yards. That was crazy good. 3 TDs, but he also gave up the ball 2 times with 2 interceptions. So overall, I mean, a lot of people drafted him pretty early, and this is why. His buddy Stephon Diggs had a day himself. 9 targets, 8 receptions, 122 yards, and yes, 1 TD. What I was really excited about was Gabe Davis, right? This is the guy that both me and Andrew loved a lot last year. So he's the wide receiver 2. He had 5 targets, 4 receptions, 88 yards, and a TD. So if you had Diggs or Davis, you had a if you had Davis, you had a pretty good start. If you had Diggs, you know, you're set, man.
And if you had Josh Allen, you got to see a tease of what you got the whole year.
Yep, a little bit.
That's a Ferrari right there.
The only downside I will say about the Bills are the running backs, right?
Yeah. Singletary looked okay, though.
He did look okay.
You know why that's bad, though?
Why?
Because he's going to get vultured all day, every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
I misspelled it on our group text.
Well, no worries.
But
I
Josh
got your
Allen
back.
got it. Yep, he sure did. But yeah, Singletary, obviously the number one. He had 8 attempts, 48 yards, no TDs because they got vultured. Zach Moss, 6 attempts, 15 yards, no TDs. And poor James Cook, 1 attempt, 2 yards, but he fumbled.
Yeah. Yeah,
Now-
you know what happens when you fumble and you're a rookie.
He was done.
Yep.
You know what I noticed too? On most of your fantasy lineups, you get these little alerts.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who got dropped? James Cook.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is dumb. There's a reason he's a rookie. Like, and if you drafted him and all of a sudden after one game where he fumbled, you're just gonna like lose him. Like, you gotta have patience.
Yeah.
Especially the first 4 weeks, first month of football, you gotta have patience. I know it can be difficult, but you gotta wait it out. The Bills D looked like they haven't slowed down. They look like in that prime season form. 7 sacks, 3 interceptions. With the Bills winning overall 10-31.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, a really good game. Not a good game, but it's fun to be back in football mode. Like, I'm completely back in football mode.
Stoked.
Yeah, me too.
I was so excited. I was like dropping things in the wrong group chats and
Yeah, you were.
thought I had me and JC are on the same. We share a team.
Yep.
And I thought we had Gabe Davis, so I was like, talking smack to everyone else, and we don't have Gabe Davis.
Yeah, we didn't have anyone go either, so
No.
we had no shares of anyone in last night's
Whatever.
game.
I'm keeping them.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to freak him out. Anyways. So, as I mentioned, James Cook did actually get dropped. And here's some things I thought about this because I thought that honestly, the first week of fantasy football or the first month is very hard, right? So especially when you draft these studs and maybe they're not shaping out right away. Or you got the rookie that just didn't show up, didn't plant the position yet. So here are some things I thought you should take a look at. So as you're evaluating your team, I would wait obviously until the end of the week 1, but here's some things that you should take a look at. Your RBs, right? Those RBs that you drafted, take a look at how many touches they have, right?
Nice.
So I would say average or a productive RB gets 13 touches a game.
Ooh.
That's something to keep in mind. So Cam Akers, I'd
I'd be concerned.
be very concerned.
Yeah.
Almost close to dropping him.
Oh.
Almost. I said almost.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you got to be patient. So now I'm contradicting myself. So we don't want to do that. Now, for your wide receivers, they should actually be targeted 5 times and above. Most of the times when both these positions are at either 13 touches or 5 targets, they actually have a productive season. Anything lower than that, like a Robbie Anderson, he's going to Dumpsville, right? With that being said, make sure that you're giving rookies a chance, right? Don't just fade them right away. Honestly, like James Cook, everyone who's dropping him, have a little story time for you guys. I had Kareem Hunt his rookie year on Kansas City. Right?
I remember this.
Had him, and all of a sudden I was like,
On his first touch,
first touch. Yep.
he fumbled it.
Yeah. And then what happened? Got benched. What did I do? Dropped him.
Yeah.
And guess what happened the next week? He had like 3 or 4 touchdowns. Yeah. He looked on fire.
Yeah.
And I felt like the biggest idiot because why? Didn't have patience. And I think I picked up like some other, I don't even remember.
Sure.
That's how bad.
So here's what I'll say. Don't drop Cam Akers. Absolutely do not drop him. James Cook. Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. James Cook, I think if you want to go grab somebody else, I think he's droppable. I saw what I needed to see out of Zach Moss. He looked like the Zach Moss of old. He looked like he got that burst back. He looked like he's finally healed from
did do that swing.
Yeah, from that ankle injury that he had 2 years ago. So he looks good. I think he's going to be splitting the carries with Singletary. It'll mainly be Singletary's backfield.
But here's why I would keep. Here's my thing for keeping James Cook, right? Because Singletary for sure, or even Moss. Are going to get injured. One of them is going to get injured at some point.
We never know. We don't know. But if one does, James Cook would be the beneficiary
and
for
now
sure.
all of a sudden you run into the waiver wire?
Yeah, I mean, James Cook is more Singletary than Zach Moss is. So if that makes sense. Like, Singletary is do everything kind of back. He's kind of small. He's not like the biggest pass blocker, but great pass catching back. Really good outside. Same with James Cook. Whereas Zach Moss is in between the tackles like guy. So
Yeah.
So if anything happened to Singletary, then James Cook would be a huge beneficiary of that. But yeah, honestly, I think it's going to be a while. As long as Zach Moss and Singletary are healthy, I don't expect Cook to get a lot of work.
I say drop him if you absolutely need to.
Yeah.
Like if he's taking up
him.
your roster space.
I dropped him.
You already dropped him that fast?
Yep. And I picked up Mike Davis.
Did you also drop Chris Evans too?
Chris Evans?
No, not Chris Evans.
Who?
Chris Godwin.
Chris Godwin?
Sorry.
No, absolutely not. That's different though. They're not even in the same plane. They're not even in the same
Well, no,
tier.
I'm just saying.
No,
I feel
absolutely
like
not.
sometimes you get a little bit nervous.
No, but
I feel
like this
you're
is
getting
different
nervous.
though. Like there are guys entrenched in those positions before James Cook will even get looks. And this is a Super Bowl caliber team. They're when you're a rookie on a Super Bowl caliber team, like they don't care to give you playing time. They don't care to show you off to anybody. That's not what it's about. It's about winning. And honestly, Singletary and Zach Moss give that team the best chances to win. Cook will get there eventually, but it might not be this season for him. So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I would say as far as that goes. Also, because we're on the topic, I really like the info you gave. The target share that you want to have so you can reach certain amounts and whatnot. Allen Robinson played poorly last night. One could say that it was partly his fault, and one could say it was also Stafford's fault. I do feel like Stafford locked on Kupp. You could tell he locked on Kupp. Of
course, safety blanket.
And you can tell that he locked on Higbee. Like those are the two guys he looked for. Skoranek got more touches too than Allen Robinson, the little scrawny receiver that they have in LA. I don't know. Personally, for me, I would tell you right now is a great time to go buy on Allen Robinson because I don't think the price will be any cheaper. This is it. Like, maybe he sucks. Maybe he does. But
So when you say
but
buy,
what if he doesn't?
do you mean? What do you mean by go buy on it?
I think you could probably give up Amari Cooper for Allen Robinson right now and get him. And I'd rather have Allen Robinson than Amari Cooper.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I think you can give up
Go on.
Devontae Smith right now for Allen Robinson. And I'd rather have Allen Robinson. I do not think he's going to be this. I think he's a 1,000-yard receiver.
Allen Robinson?
That's right. You can put it on the show bet if you want.
Let's do a show bet on that.
1,000 yards
By the end of the year?
by the end of the year.
Done.
Done? Show bet. What do you want to bet?
Are you guys like writing this stuff down
craft
when you
beer?
show bets?
Craft beer 6-pack?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
No, growler.
Growler's cool.
Growler,
All right, cool.
'cause it's a
Growler's
whole
cool.
year.
Yeah.
No.
Growler's cool.
Maybe I'll share it with you. Probably not.
All right, cool. Well, yeah. I really think it's real good time to buy low on him. So
I do. Yeah. I don't. I mean, I get it's week one, so it's hard
week
to
one.
really
Hey, Kareem
fade a
Hunt.
guy.
Kareem Hunt.
Exactly. So I see your point, but I don't know, man. It didn't. The whole thing was like, oh, finally we're gonna see Robinson with like a good quarterback.
They got fucking murdered. Like they literally got
They do.
mollywopped by a team.
That's why I'm saying give it a.
They had
week one,
nothing on offense.
Well, who they play next week?
That's a good question.
Wombats.
Does Wambi know by chance? Lil Wambi, does he know?
Wambi, do you know?
All right, thanks guys. We appreciate you
Great.
guys
Glad you guys
Working on it.
working on it. All right, cool. The Rams next week play against the Falcons.
They play
yeah.
the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay,
They're gonna-
so maybe
that is the bounce
Okay.
back game for Allen Robinson.
Okay, we shall see.
And if he doesn't bounce back there, I will be a little bit more concerned. It's not full-blown panic mode until game 4 for me of the season.
That's what I said. The first month of
Yeah.
fantasy, you
But
got to be careful.
I'm not even close to panicking. Not even
See,
close.
and that's why I'm okay with hanging on to Chris Godwin.
Yeah, of course you have to hang on to Chris Godwin. He is a top 15 receiver on talent. He's a top 10 receiver based on talent.
I
alone.
literally put him up to trade for A-Rob. And the guy didn't respond in time, so I took it away. And then I watched the game. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad that didn't go through.
It's okay. I traded him in a league too, so I'm with you. I paired him and Waddle in a deal, and I got Javonte Williams. So
Oh, okay. That's not bad. That's
not
pretty
bad.
good.
I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that's
I also
pretty
gave Rashad Penny, but it was surplus. I didn't really,
Yeah.
I got Javonte and something else. So yeah, it is what it is. But whatever. Anyway, we've been going on a lot about last night's game. You can tell that we're super happy, super ecstatic about football, to have football back. Speaking of being ecstatic of having football back, DL, it's our start-sit show. Let's get right into it.
First one.
Yeah, let's get right into it. Before we do, there are some injuries we have to report. Let's get
Absolutely.
right to those injuries. I know it's usually your gig, but let me take this one right now.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, buddy.
First guy I do want to let you guys know of, Chris Godwin probably won't start.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
you can bench him. You're hearing here. Don't play him. I wouldn't play him next week either.
Even if they give him the thumbs up,
Yeah.
I still bench him, right?
So here's what the research does. When you're really deep into fantasy, you kind of become a pseudo fantasy football doctor of sorts. We know a lot about Achilles now. We know a lot about ACLs. We know a lot about groins, which we'll get into in a moment.
Yeah.
What I will say about
boys.
Chris Godwin, as a former as a D Rose fan, it usually takes 9 to 12 months before you can start cutting and doing football activities or athletic activities, and it's about a year after that, so a full like 2 years before you're like back to 90%. You never really come back to 100.
Yeah.
Sometimes they say that you come back stronger. It really depends on your age, but Chris Godwin is only at 8 months. He took the brace off at the 8-month mark of the ACL tear, so he's not quite at the 9-month mark. So I would assume he's not going to be effective for at least a month. So even when he says he's ready to go, he might be a decoy. So I wouldn't have any confidence starting him for at least a month. Yeah.
It's mental for sure.
Yeah, it is a mental thing as well. So Chris Godwin, you can sit him probably for the next 3 weeks at the very least.
Oh yeah, he's
Just
like
a heads up.
What would I say? He's kind of like a crock pot.
Yeah. You
Right?
let it sit.
You're just
I like
waiting,
that. I like that.
No, it smells good. It's
You
looking
might have
good.
to. You have him on your team?
I do.
Change your team picture to a crock pot. That'd be hilarious. And Chris Godwin's little head on it. I'll make the Photoshop for you if you
fine.
want. It's cool. All right, next guy we want to talk about is J.K. Dobbins. I have no confidence starting him this week.
Nope.
He walked with a visible limp. There's a video floating around on Twitter that you can see, and J.K. Dobbins was pissed that it got out. I don't know if you saw. He was
I
pretty
didn't see
upset.
that part.
Also, the part that if you're on Twitter that you could have seen is Lamar Jackson kind of spilled the beans and said, he came out and said, they asked him a question about Dobbins, and he's like, yeah, I hope he'll be ready in a few weeks. He can't wait to get out there in a few weeks.
Oh.
So it might be a few weeks. I would say at least 2 or 3 before we see him on the field, and we see him productive at the very least.
Once again, this is why during fantasy, it's a really good idea to hop on the Twitter machine and start just like following the beat reporters and things of that nature.
Yep.
Because you learned a lot. And
Or
you get,
Sleeper app, honestly.
Sleeper app is by far you definitely need.
Yeah.
But Twitter I like because you get these like little nuggets, right? And you're like, it makes you more confident in what you're doing, and it usually comes out to be true. Go ahead.
Yeah. Next guy I want to talk about is George Kittle, a guy that we kind of told you guys to stay away from because he's always hurt.
Yep.
And he's already hurt. He's got a groin injury, and it sounds like it's a pretty serious one.
And he's
it sounds
doubtful.
like he's doubtful. Yeah, when you're doubtful, usually you don't play that week. And when it's a groin, it's usually 2 to 4 weeks. So I would expect to not have him this week and probably next week. There are some guys out there that I do want to mention that we should start, but we'll get there. Last guy who's showed up on the injury report, I believe, was Zach Ertz. I think he's kind of shaky to go.
No,
this
he's
week.
good to go.
He's good to go.
He's
Okay,
good
cool.
to go. And breaking news though that I got from the Sleeper app.
Sure.
Alan Lazar is doubtful with his ankle injury.
Oh,
And that came over before anything else.
interesting.
Yeah. And also, I'm never happy when players get injured. Like,
Where'd you get the Ertz news? I'm showing here that they don't know if he's going to play.
Well, I mean, I got it from Fantasy Pros.
Okay, well, if Ertz doesn't play, they have a tight end there, McBride, who I like a lot. I think he's super athletic. Just as a stream play.
Now, I think Pat Fairmouth would be a better
Yeah,
option.
but you can't really stream Pat Fairmouth in leagues. He's a top 10 to 12 tight end. He's not available in any of my leagues.
Yeah, okay, fine. Streaming, yeah. It depends on how big your league is.
Yeah. Interesting. The Lazard news is big, though. I have him in a few leagues.
Yeah, you know, I'm actually going against, in some of my leagues, going against George Kittle.
Hey, there you go.
But not happy about it, but
There you go. I think if Lazard is out, I think the main beneficiary there is one Romeo Dubs.
what about Watkins?
Sammy?
I've heard Sammy's name
He's
kind
really
of
long in the tooth. I'm saying this now, and he'll probably have a touchdown and 80 yards. So yeah, as a stream, sure. If Sammy Watkins is available, I doubt he's available. He got drafted in a lot of leagues, but if he's available,
Okay, hold on. Let's check out
stream.
the rankings. Let's check out the rankings.
Yeah, sure.
So, who did you say? You said
Romeo Dubs is the guy I'd want.
Romeo Dubs or Sammy Watkins. So let's see.
Give me Romeo Dubs.
Romeo Dubs. Romeo Dubs for 200. Hold up. All right. Move forward. Let me do something.
All right, anyway, we want to go ahead and get started with the start sit. It's quite an undertaking. There's a lot to go over, so let's fly through this DL.
Okay.
The first matchup we got is the Bills. I'm sorry, it's not the Bills. It is the Browns against the Panthers. DL?
Yeah. This one. I mean, it's the Browns, right?
Yep.
So it's going to be a run-heavy team. Obviously, I would just start Nick Chubb. That would be my only guy that I'm really honestly good with. Everyone else, I would go ahead and sit. And I would
sit Amari Cooper.
Hold on. See, you talk too fast, bro.
All right.
Because I was just about to say, Amari Cooper is my flex option.
Okay.
there you go. He's kind of a risky step. It's a massive downgrade from last year because Amari had Dak. Now he has Jacoby. Last year, honestly, Jacoby didn't. What was it? He didn't get past like 800 yards or something like that. It was pretty bad. Pretty bad. And so yeah, for last year, Amari Cooper actually finished 1,000 yards for the whole year, but he was plagued by injury.
Cool.
So
I agree with you on Nick Chubb. I would start Amari Cooper in the flex without a problem, and I would also start David Njoku. If he's available in any leagues, which I don't think he will be, but if he's available in any leagues and say you're without Ertz or without Kittle, Njoku is a perfect stream. Perfect guy. Brissett likes to tight end, so
yeah,
nice
He's
guy
a
to
bad quarterback. I would too.
Yeah. Going over to the Panthers. For the Panthers, really easy. You're auto-starting Christian McCaffrey, who's finally off the injury report. We got a news, but today he's off the injury report. So
You know what that was?
What?
And I'm glad everyone fell for it, but like literally, he just got like a cut on his shin.
Oh well.
Like it wasn't anything like serious.
Well, as
but
soon as you hear
everyone just
McCaffrey
like, went off.
an injury
It was
report,
hilarious.
it's mayhem. So,
Yeah.
so you got to start Christian McCaffrey and you got to start DJ Moore. Those are our auto starts. I don't really care for anybody else.
Baker maybe
Maybe
I look
in
at him,
super
see
deep
what
leagues.
happens.
In 2 quarterback leagues, which I'm not a part of any, I've never been, but I know some people who are. Yes,
Maybe yeah, but it is the Browns defense. I picked up the Browns defense because they're gonna eat. So yeah, maybe just look at them. Anyways, moving forward, we're gonna go with the Pittsburgh Steelers versus those Cincinnati Bengals. Man, this is gonna be an easy game for the Bengals.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Pretty much on the Steelers side, I mean, I would confidently start Najee Harris and Pat Fairmouth. And I think, honestly, Fairmouth might have a pretty decent game because right now, Deontay Johnson, he's a little shaky. He's having some issues with his arm. Like, he literally says, if I could just get my arm to work, I'd be good. And that's not something you want to hear from your wide receiver at all. So
He's supposed to play, though. He came out and said an hour ago that he's playing.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Granted, I did this yesterday.
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay, in that case, like, I still would, if Fairmouth is available, maybe start him over, Zach Ertz if he doesn't go. So, I am sitting Mitch Trubisky, and I'm going to go ahead and sit Chase Claypool.
Yeah. Okay, that's not bad. I agree with you on Najee, agree with you on Deontay, agree with you on Pat. I would play Chase in a really deep league as a flex play. And then George Pickens is a guy I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm starting him with any confidence this
Sleeper.
week. Yeah, but he's a nice sleeper guy. So if he has a big game, I think it's the kind of guy you can kind of trade for, you could package him in something small for Allen Robinson or something like that. So I know people are freaking out.
Why do you want Allen Robinson so bad?
I think he.
I don't get it.
What is it
really
to
don't.
get? He's good. He's actually
he had
good.
A horrible.
Yeah, but that's not
last
his-
year he
you know
had a
that
horrible
targeted-
season.
yeah, but
He
that's
looked
'cause of the-
horrible on the field on.
Yeah, but the Bears
Thursday
didn't
night,
target him,
and you're
though.
going to give up George Pickens.
Absolutely.
Which if you drafted, you're hoping he has a good game. Why
Yeah,
would
but
you
Allen
give him
Robinson
up?
had like an ADP of like the 7th round, and George Pickens was going like the 14th, 13th round. So if you can flip something like that, it's insane. You do that.
Man, I think you're just going after the ghost of Allen Robinson. I don't think you're
off your rocker here, buddy.
looking at rose-colored
Dude.
glasses, and you think that all of a sudden he's just going to break out because they're going to double team Cooper Kupp. I'm telling you, they were doing that last night, and Cooper was still getting balls in his face. All right, moving over to the Bengals. We'll see what happens.
This is my team. I'll take this one. Mixon, Burrow, Chase, Higgins. You start them all. That's it.
Why the Bengals are your team?
Absolutely. I love the Bengals.
I think I disagree. I think it would be Wombat Ones.
Oh yeah, yeah. But I also love the Bengals.
Yeah,
I've had Mixon as a keeper, and I got Chase as a keeper in a the same league.
Are we
so you're a
switching
bandwagon
allegiance?
fan.
Is that what's happening?
Are we what? No. I love the Bengals.
Okay.
That's all.
I'm just double checking in. I mean,
Yeah,
I went to their
now
playoff
there's
game
two
last
of us
year. You
in
don't
here
remember?
now, so-
Yeah, that's because you're a bandwagon fan.
No, I like the Bengals. I like Joe Burrow too.
Was
He's
it-
cool.
Oh, okay.
Cool Joe. He was on Pat McAfee. I don't know if you saw it. He was really good.
Yes, I saw
He
it.
was really good. All right, we go to our next matchup. The Colts take on the Texans. DL, who you starting?
I mean, easy. JT, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Pittman. I'm excited for Pittman this year.
Yeah.
I really am. Last year he had 100 targets in 100 or 1,000-yard season. It looks like I think he's going to take another step forward because he has, obviously, I feel, an upgrade at QB. However, I'm not starting Matt Ryan. I think it's just a little too shaky for me. I kind of have him rank as QB 17 for this week. I want to see how he plays before, pulling the trigger on him. So I would actually start Winston, Cousins, At that time, Stafford, that was yesterday. So I don't know how that makes me look. And then I'm also sitting Mo Ali Cox, the tight end. He's obviously the TE1 for the team. However, he's never topped over 400 yards in a season. So I don't know, man. Going actually against Houston with their D, I'm not too excited about him, so I'm sitting him. However, for my sleeper is your boy. Nyheim Hines. I thought you were going to take it. But anyways, Frank Rich actually discussed utilizing... Right, that's what I said, Reich. Utilizing Hines more to listen alone actually on JT. So I think that's why a lot of people are high on him, especially in PPR leagues. Like, he's going to get tossed the ball quite a bit.
Tons of work.
Yeah, so I feel like that would be a really good sneaky sleeper for this game.
Nice. I like all those calls. We didn't mention Alec Pierce. I don't expect him to do anything yet. It's going to be a little bit of time before. But he's the pride of Glen Ellen, so just wanted to throw that out there.
Are you doing research as I'm talking?
No.
Oh, you had it? Okay.
No, I just know. My buddy Tim lives in Glen Ellen, and I did my draft with him, and he mentioned it, so I had to give that little drop.
Oh, I got you.
Jumping over the Texans, pretty easy. We're starting Brandon Cooks, and we're starting Dameon Pierce.
I like him as a flex. A little bit of a flex just because the Colts D is pretty good against the run. However, I know we've got word that Shaq Leonard is out for this game, but that doesn't lessen their actually run defense. So I would start him I like him as a flex.
Okay. Yeah. For me, it's just, you start him, we don't. I'm starting him. That's it. Rex Burkhead, I want no part of.
So you're going to put him in an RB1?
Oh, no. If I have an RB1, I'm starting an RB1. But in most leagues, I didn't really take running backs. Dameon Pierce is like my guy, so you have to auto start him.
Okay.
Yeah, but like give me like a like.
Like, would you start him over like Cook, Kamara?
Dude, you drafted those guys to auto start. That's not even a question.
I'm just saying. Hey, I mean, I'm just trying to clear it up so people at home or
no. I mean,
listening aren't like,
dude.
oh, okay,
it just means start.
No,
but nobody would do that, and I think that's pretty common.
Would you start him over Josh Jacobs?
Absolutely.
Zeke?
That's where it gets kind of murky. It's kind of where like we're kind of even there. Give me
Elijah Mitchell. Him or Elijah Mitchell? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have him more towards like.
But like everyone has a flex. You're giving me guys who people have as their RB1 or 2.
No,
so
really?
like give me flex plays that would I start him over.
Okay, flex.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Travis Etienne.
I would start Pierce over Travis Etienne. Yes.
I wouldn't do that.
I would. Want to do a bet? Show a bet?
I'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
What
Man,
do you want to bet?
like,
sandwich?
I think he's cranky today.
No, sandwich.
Yeah,
Very,
do
like,
sandwich.
feisty.
Sandwich. All right, cool.
Very
For what
feisty.
points?
Points, yeah, points. Do you want in PPR or do you want standard?
2 PPR.
Okay.
Very feisty. Okay, moving on. So we're gonna go ahead flex Nico Collins as well too. Maybe a flex option. That's where we are with the Texans. Moving on to the Ravens and the Jets. Jets. On the Ravens side, obviously you're gonna go ahead and auto start Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson, Rashad Bateman. I think this would be a good time to see what he can do. Especially against the Jets. The Jets last year had a really bad defense. So one thing to kind of keep in mind, you got to see that. However, you never know. They did draft quite a few guys. So not saying, yeah. Anyways, for my sleepers, I have Devin Duvernay. No, I'm saying that wrong. Duvernay. Yep. Duvernay, Kenyon Drake, and Mike Davis. Why? Because J.K. Dobbins is out, and these guys are going to get more of a workload. But they are sleepers, so I think you can find definitely more options than these guys out there. But if you're in a deep league and these are all you got, there you go.
Yeah, in one league I have to start Mike Davis. I'm not looking forward to it. It's pretty gross, but who knows? If I can get anything, if I can get 6 points, 5 points from Mel, you have it.
He burned me so bad last year,
dude. So many times.
And Cortland Sutton, I got to get over it.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I hate every time I see their name. It just brings back horrible flashbacks.
That's
all
bad.
right. On the Jets side, I'm going to go ahead and suggest to start Elijah Moore, Joe Flacco.
Nice.
This actually could be a revenge game.
I could see that.
Just kidding. It's been a while, so I don't. Well, maybe. Who knows? So I actually think he would be worth the start. However, once again, I think you could actually start some other people over him, like Winston or Cousins or Carr would be a better start over Flacco. But hey, if
this is where you got,
that's all you got.
I'm
right?
with you. Yeah.
On the sit side, I'm not too excited to start Michael Carter because once again, Ravens are actually what is it? Ravens only gave up 84.5 rushing yards last year. So that honestly, that is the lowest total in the league. So I'm a little bit hesitant on starting a running back like Michael Carter, even Brees Lightning, Brees Hall, that is. So I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts? Because you're really high on Damian Pierce.
Yes. I would take Pierce over Hall this week, but if all you got is Hall, I would fire him up. I would temper my expectations. I wouldn't expect, a big week because you're right. The Ravens defense is killer. It's really good. But I could definitely see an 8 or 9 point game from Brees Hall. I can see that.
I legit have a flex question for you for one of my leagues.
Sure.
So I do have Brees Hall in a flex. So it's either him or Michael Thomas.
Give me a guy who I know is healthy. Give me Brees Hall.
Well, that's my honest. Okay.
Yeah. Because Michael Thomas, I have to see it 1 week. Give me 1 week, Michael Thomas. It's been 2 years since I've seen you on a field. Give me 1 week, and then I'm back in. Although I have Michael Thomas on a ton of teams too, but I'm not starting him anywhere.
You're not?
No.
I don't know. It's just so tempting, man.
Yeah.
It's just like so, and like, he's going up against Atlanta,
Dude.
Like
I
this
understand.
Could be, like, what if this is like I'm back? Like, what?
But
if
then
this
awesome
is
for you. You'll be upset for week 1, but you'll be happy that you got him. But what if he sucks? Then you'd be like, dang, I didn't start him, and now you're gonna be. I would just go with the guy. I would go with the higher floor in this instance.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the dice.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on. That was a legit question. I've been pondering that, and slowly but surely, more and more people are suggesting to put in Michael Thomas. It's kind of cool to watch.
Interesting. Nice.
It's very cool to watch. All right, moving forward. Did I cover everyone? Yes, I did. We're gonna go to the Raiders. Those Las Vegas Raiders versus the Chargers. This is the afternoon game, 3:25. For the Raiders, Derek Carr. I'm really excited about Derek Carr. Actually, you dropped that nugget a couple of weeks back when we were going over quarterbacks, and I was like, dang, it's a good idea. So I'm excited about Derek Carr. Auto start Devontae Adams. I don't know why you would not start him.
Yep.
Hunter Renfrow, Darren Waller for sure. As far as sits are concerned for me, Josh Jacobs. I actually made fun of somebody in our league for drafting him. They actually drafted Josh Jacobs. I just don't think I don't like him.
Yeah, I think he's worthy of a draft spot, but where the guy took him in your league is crazy. He took him as a premier RB1. Yeah, it was probably 3 or 4 rounds too early. So, but if you got Josh Jacobs and that's all you got, you start him. But if you got some other guys, I'd rather start other guys. So I would rather have Josh Jacobs over Mike Davis, but we're not quite there yet. But I'd rather have Damian Pierce. I'd rather start. I don't know. I'd rather start Brees Hall. Just to give you some names.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, that's all we got. Moving over to the Chargers side, DL, we got Herbert as an auto start, Eckler, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. Those are just automatic starts for us. Anybody else that you got?
Not for the Chargers. No, I don't, sir.
I do know that we do have Gerald Everett as a sleeper, just in case. He's a solid tight end.
Yeah.
There's some really deep. I'm in a 16-man league, and sometimes that's all you got.
Honestly, I only threw him in there literally just because the Raiders gave up the fourth most points to the tight end last year. So that's why I was like, maybe a sleeper. But man, he was bad. He was on our waiver wire. Him and Heineke were on our waiver wire probably every single week.
Yeah.
So. Moving on. Okay, we're going to go ahead with those Jacksonville Jags, right? So, obviously, Trevor Lawrence, I think, is safe to start here. They're playing the Commanders at 12 p.m. Christian Kirk, I want to see what he can do. I would say Marvin Jones Jr. I would be kind of hesitant.
Yeah,
I kind of
sleeper play.
Yeah, like I want to be like, get
He's
Marvin
like a
Jones Jr.
32-year-old receiver, but he's still solid.
I know. I want him to have a good year.
Yeah, me too.
I really do.
I do too. I've streamed him so many times in leagues, and he's helped me. So hopefully he has a good year.
Yeah, and Travis Etienne.
Etienne.
That's what I said.
Etienne. Yeah.
Oh, he actually wrote it.
I did. Yeah.
E-T.
So I like him a lot. Yeah. No, he's the only thing about when I see him on tape, he just looks really small.
Yeah.
That's my thing. He's definitely quick. He's so freaking quick. He's really explosive. Really outside the tackles guy. I'm not really in between the tackles, and the Jags really need a guy who can do both. But in a PPR league, I really expect Etienne to be really good. I could see him going from 12 to 15 points.
Oh, absolutely.
He's really good. So.
And not only that, with the Commanders' defense, kind of
shaky. Yeah,
they got a lot.
Middle of the road.
So I agree for sure.
And then we're sitting Evan Ingram this week, so I'm with you on that. Although I do like Evan Ingram. I'm on him for the year, not necessarily for this week.
Yeah, I just want to see how he plays.
Yeah.
I just want to see is he getting involved? Once again, see how many targets he gets. Like, is he a part of the offense or is he just kind of there?
Yeah.
Right.
So some interesting storylines in this game. It's Doug Peterson against his former quarterback, Carson Wentz. It's pretty interesting. So yeah, but Doug Peterson loves tight ends. If you remember when he was in Philly, he had both Dallas Goedert and Zach Ertz.
Yep.
So I expect him to use Evan Ingram, a lot.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I got to shake off the worries before.
For sure.
So.
His best year was his rookie year, and he hasn't been the same since. So
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Yep.
On the Commander side, DL, pretty simple. We're starting McLaurin.
Yep.
Funny, we're starting
Sure.
Gibson because he's like the only guy there that, that's available because Brian Robinson got shot. So.
And the butt talks.
Yep. But he's trending upwards, though. They're saying that they expect him to be ready by week 5.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Which is crazy.
If he's on the waiver,
dude,
would you go for him?
If you have an IR spot on in your roster, yes,
man.
you pick him up as you do it. You run to your IR, run to your waiver wire, add him, and then put him in the IR slot, and then forget about it. Set it and forget it, right?
Set it and forget it.
We got a crock pot mention, and now set it and forget it mention.
We're bringing
Jeez.
it back to nice. And I'm wearing light colored jeans today.
Look
so
at
it's
that. Wow. All right. Also with that, we would start J.D. McKissick in leagues where PPR.
PPR.
PPR league. He'll
must.
be good. Yeah.
A must.
And then we are hesitantly starting Carson Wentz.
Yeah. I did start. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't really.
That's exactly how we feel.
Okay.
All right, we jump over to our next matchup where the Broncos take on the Seahawks. This is an interesting matchup. I love how the NFL schedules things like this. It's Russell Wilson against his old team. Real quick for the Broncos, we're starting Russell Wilson.
This is definitely a trend.
Yeah, absolutely. They love the storyline.
Week 11? Yeah. Okay, here we go.
We're starting Russell Wilson. We're starting Javonte Williams. We're starting Melvin Gordon. We're also starting Cortland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. So you basically, if you got him, you start him. The sneaky sleeper for me is Albert O. Can we get Wombat 1 to pronounce his last name? Is it possible? Albert
Dustin, I think you should take a
Okwuegbunam?
crack at it.
Yeah, I think it's Okwuegbunam, right?
Did you call me a crackhead?
Okwuegbunam.
Okwuegbunam. Okay.
Okwuegbunam.
Call me a crackhead?
Say it with me, guys. Okwuegbunam.
Okwuegbunam.
Did you call me a crackhead?
All right, moving on to the Seahawks match.
No, I said I think Dustin should say it. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, there's no way that was happening. All right, jumping over to the Seahawks, we're starting.
We hear what we want to hear, don't we?
I literally thought he called me a crackhead.
Oh no, we're starting DK Metcalf, and that's about it. I don't know. Maybe I'm starting Tyler Lockett.
I put him on here.
Yeah.
Because it's Tyler Lockett. I have
Yeah.
much respect for him.
Yeah, me too. I think he's
But-
super talented, but Geno's throwing to him.
And we're sitting him.
Yeah, we're definitely sitting Geno.
Sitting him hard.
Yeah.
And Rashad Penny.
Yeah, I like Penny this week. I
Really?
actually like him. Yeah,
Against
not like a
Broncos?
super. Yeah, I would start him. I would start him.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like a
Interesting.
low end RB2 for me this week.
So explain more. Why would you start him against the Denver Broncos?
Because he
curious.
could do it. He could do a little bit of everything. He can catch the ball. He runs between the tackles. He's gonna get red zone looks if they get down there.
Yeah, he could get those short yardage.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's all they got.
Sometimes
So,
you gotta walk me through it.
Yeah.
That's
No
all.
worries. Jumping over to the next matchup, the Saints take on the Falcons.
I think it's gonna be a juicy.
Oh yeah,
juicy
it's gonna
game.
be great for fantasy purposes. That's for
Yeah.
sure. We're gonna start Kamara. We're gonna start Michael Thomas, and we're gonna start Chris Olave. I'm excited for Chris Olave this year.
Even with Michael Thomas in there.
Even with because
What-
if Michael
okay,
Thomas
wait, time out.
falters or like
Oh.
doesn't like, let's say he gets he re-aggravates an injury or he's a shell of himself. Chris Olave
they
is
might have
so
him on
good.
count.
Yeah, Chris Olave is so
Snap
good.
count.
He's a technician. Like the dude is such a good route runner. Like so precise in his movements and. I just think he's super talented. So I'm a big Chris Olave fan. Probably the most NFL-ready wide receiver coming out of the draft.
I agree. I did sit Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm still confident for setting him.
Yeah.
I think he's a risky flex.
Maybe in
Just
PPR leagues,
because-
yeah.
No, honestly, like there's talk coming out that Winston, that's his favorite wide receiver.
Really, Jarvis?
Yep.
Interesting.
Like they were getting like a really gelling.
Okay.
So that's why I was like, oh shoot, man, should I sit him? So I don't know. Maybe sit him this week, see what happens.
Yeah.
Because he is one of the newer wide receivers, so maybe he's like an A-Rob.
Yeah.
Where they're just not used to him.
Maybe.
And, it's Winston's fault, not his, and they just don't throw it to him. Go ahead, Wombat 1.
I was going to say, I think Jarvis Landry and Allen Robinson fit in the same category as guys that should be playing on the outside. If you play him in the slot, I think they're going to get numbers. I don't know if Allen Robinson's going to go for 1,000, but I think he definitely can be like an 8-9 touchdown guy, but you have to play him in the slot. So I would say Jarvis Landry right now, probably not look for him, but like later on in the season, because Michael Thomas is going to get banged up somewhere. And that's where Olave and Landry are really going to have to come in handy. And I would even say look at Adam Troutman, too, if you need a tight end. Because he's going to be important, too.
I like
Interesting.
that. I like that.
I do like that.
Okay. All right, moving on from that, I would say a sleeper pick this week is Jameis Winston.
Yeah, honestly, like against Atlanta's D, I think he might have a day.
Yeah.
And by the way, I got
breaking news?
Robinson Jr.
Oh, okay,
just
nice,
now.
nice. There you go.
I dropped James Cook for him.
The more you learn. There you go. All right, jumping over to the Falcons side, pretty easy. We're starting Cordero Patterson.
Yep.
Starting Drake London. I'm super excited to see what he does.
He's questionable.
Oh, is he?
He is questionable.
Okay.
So that's one thing to kind of keep
Monitor
in
it,
mind.
yeah.
So, but yeah, I would be excited if you have him.
And if he doesn't play, Kyle Pitts is going to explode. He's already going to explode, but even more.
I've never been so excited in my life when I drafted him.
Oh, yeah.
I got him. I was like, heck to the yes.
Yeah, he's
my man.
So good. So good.
Yeah. Anyways.
And then we're sitting Tyler Algier and we're sitting Marcus Mariota.
That's not really a surprise.
I don't think there'll be any weeks that we
Wombat 2, you have any insight on these Falcons? Did we hit it on the head or what?
Yeah, you hit everything on the head, especially the Drake London injury.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, cool.
All right, jumping over to our next matchup, the 49ers take on the Bears. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
We're starting Trey Lance. We're starting Elijah Mitchell. We're starting Deebo Samuel. George Kittle is not going to play, so
Doubtful.
get him out of your lineup.
Yep.
And then we're starting Brandon Ayuk. He's going to probably get a lot of targets now that Kittle's gone.
Honestly, as I was going to say, he's a really good sneaky sleeper that I would add.
For the year, I think.
Oh, yeah, because it's not like Kittle's not going to be injured.
Yeah.
This is the only time. Like, that's why I avoided him like the plague this year because of last year. He's injured quite a bit. So Ayuk, I think, is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm willing to trade Wombat 1 for him. Try to get A-Rod for you.
Yeah.
I mean,
now for the
make me an
Bears.
offer and let's talk.
Okay.
I'm all ears for it, but you got to give me something juicy. What do you want?
I'll give you something juicy.
You want?
All right.
want?
Jumping over to the Bears side, DL. Who we starting? Who we sitting for the Bears?
Okay. Those level of Bears, my favorite team in the whole wide world. We're definitely going to start Justin Fields, David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, and Cole Kmet.
Nice.
I'm really excited to see what Cole Kmet and how they actually do when the lights are on, as they say.
Same, yeah.
And the only thing I'm a little bit concerned about is the San Francisco D, because we have a 5th rounder, a rookie, on the line, on the offensive line, going against Bosa. So, yeah, I'm not too excited
I'm with
about
you.
that.
And then we're sitting Valus Jones, Byron Pringle, who I'm super excited to see what he does because he's super
what kind
fast.
of Pringle is he going to be?
Yeah, we'll see.
Is he one fresh out of the can?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
And Valus Jones is actually injured too, so that makes sense why we would sit it.
Yeah. And then Khalil Herbert, he's going to have some play. I just don't know how much he's going to do in this game.
I think he's a good pick for the long game.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're not really going to start him a lot until you see what kind of shakes out, how this regime actually works their
I know something crazy. I think the Bears have a chance to win this game.
I put money on him to win.
That's crazy. I
legit put, because I just.
What if Trey Lance sucks? What if he sucks?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's like, Justin's gonna be like, I don't. During the press conference, they asked him like, "Is this like a revenge game for you, or is this a way to get back at them for not picking you?" And he's like, "Nah, man, I just was ever good." But deep down, I think he's like, "I'm gonna fuck him up."
Well, him and Trey Lance are buddies too, so it's going to be an interesting matchup. I don't know how good Trey Lance really is. I know he's got the tools. I've seen the highlights, but those are just highlights.
Dude, I gotta give Justin Fields credit.
Yeah.
Because there's no way in hell I could be like, he's just so cool, calm, monotone.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna score. And I like when Mooney was like, "Oh man, he's pissed. He gonna win." And he's just like, "Oh, that's just Mooney."
Yeah,
Mooney.
it's true.
Anyways.
It's true. All right, well, we got a few more start-sit matchups to go. We'll let you know about what we think in the Eagles-Lions game, what we think in the Patriots-Dolphins game, and a few other games, and we'll let you know about those after these brief messages.
Awesome.
DL, the first prop bet. What is it? What you got?
We got the coin toss.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So heads or tails. Now I always go with heads.
Yeah, tails never fails, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people say tails. I say heads.
Okay.
But it's like what? Like 100? It's 50-50, whichever way you bet. But I'm going to go with heads.
Yep. And they're plus 100 each, so nice little way to bet 100, make 100.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Boys, you got a favorite, heads or tails? What are you guys thinking?
Tails.
Head tails.
Head tails.
Tail
You want it to land in the middle.
What was it called by Jerome Bettis, right? Whatever it was, where they called heads, and then all of a sudden you have Phil Lockett who says it's tails.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorites. I always go with tails though.
Okay, tails.
I never trust heads,
I
man.
always tails.
I never get heads.
Every
Never
time
get head.
even when I was a little Dustin, I was always like, I don't like tails. I'm going to go ahead.
Did it work out for you?
It did.
Okay, you made it to this point.
I did.
All right. Nope, not touching it either. We're gonna keep going.
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Just clip it. Clip it. All right. Back, DL. It's been
Yeah.
a great show so far.
Yes,
I think
we
you just
are.
gave me a little tease there. We got questions in the chat.
We've got a lot of questions in the chat, and I love
blowing
these
up.
kind of questions,
Oh,
right?
damn, chat is blowing up. Jesus. Sorry, chat. We didn't mean to.
Man, Josie called you the bandwagon king.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
That's awesome.
That's what he did. Fake boys for life, too. My friends have been kind of getting us to trend on like fake everything, fake basketball, fake whatever, fake glasses, fake boys for life.
You got gauges?
They're fake ages, yeah. Phages.
They're fake?
Yeah. Well, I'm Catholic, bro. My mom will beat my
man.
ass, bro.
I didn't know.
Whatever, man.
I've known you all
You
this
know what's
long. I
not
thought they
fake?
were real.
That I fucking won your league. That's what's not fake.
Yeah.
But anyway,
okay.
any
Is
questions
that-
in here? I'm
that's-
just
Is
reading.
that your only comeback?
Dude, I have so many comebacks. This is PG show.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah, I don't see any questions here.
Oh.
It's just our friends talking a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Man,
well,
we
I
passed
thought.
PG a long time ago. I don't know what you're talking about. PG.
I just saw question marks, so I was like, "Oh, we got people, and I want to engage with them." You know, they're actually taking their time. They're watching us. Love Landry as a flex. Thank you, Big Poppy. Thank you.
That's got to be my buddy Dave. DC, as we call him. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. But anyway, let's get right back
Sorry.
into it. We got a lot of show left to go. Go over to the Eagles versus Lions matchup. For the Eagles, we're starting Jalen Hurts, who we think might be the #1 quarterback in fantasy this
I
year.
do, and I'm excited.
Yeah, we're also starting A.J. Brown, who I'm super excited for this year. I think he could be a top 6 or 7 wide receiver.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I can see it.
We're starting Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, who I have a ton of shares of everywhere too.
See, I got who did I get a lot of?
Is there a tight end that you got a lot of? If I didn't get Kelsey, I got Goddard. There is no in between.
Yeah, I got like Schultz. No, maybe not.
I didn't get a
think I
chance to
got
get him. He was
couple Pat.
too rich for my price for me. At least.
anyways.
People were taking him in the 4th round, 5th round. I was like,
Whoa.
I can't do it.
That's because they're. I mean, it makes
Well, I
sense.
took Pierce instead
Desperate.
of Damian Pierce instead of Dalton Schultz. So hopefully
Let's
it
see.
pays off. But
Oh,
we're
I do have Goddard.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, there you go. There you
Okay.
go. We're sitting Miles Sanders and we're sitting Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
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 Jumping over to the Lions side, I'm going to be excited to see this offense all year.
Yes, we are.
DeAndre
He's
Swift,
on- I got
yeah.
a lot of him.
Yeah.
I got a lot of him.
I only got him in our league, on our team. That's
I
it.
think I got him close to almost every league except for one.
Jesus. Well,
Yep.
hopefully, stays healthy.
Yeah.
We got DeAndre Swift. We're going to start Amon-Ra St. Brown, and we're starting TJ Hawkinson. We are not starting Jared Goff, though.
You know who I think might be a sneaky sleeper?
Sure. Who?
Shark.
Ooh, DJ. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a nice one. Put that one in. I like
Okay,
that one.
okay.
He could happen.
I like it.
Moving over to the Patriots versus the Dolphins. This is a Sunday night game, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure.
It is.
It is. Well, there you go. For the Patriots versus
Boom.
Dolphins.
Wow, what a clunker.
Yeah. Well, they like it because the Dolphins have the Patriots number. Yeah.
Dolphins actually might. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I keep interrupting.
But anyway, for the Patriots, we're starting Damian Harris. We're starting Ramondre Stevenson, which is crazy. We're starting 2 running backs, but there's another team we're going to start 2 running backs for. And we're sitting Hunter Henry and Devontae Parker. Any thoughts on Jacoby Myers?
Is he healthy?
Yeah, he's supposed to be going.
I've said this multiple times. I never trust any
Yeah.
wide receivers on
Unless
the
you're
Patriots.
Randy Moss. Yeah.
Unless it's like Randy Moss.
Yeah.
That's about it.
How do you feel about Mac Jones this week?
Nah, I don't feel good at. I don't really feel. I got to see it, but I don't feel good.
Yeah, I don't think he's that good of a fantasy quarterback.
I don't.
He's kind of like a
And-
Garoppolo.
Yeah, he's just kind of like he's that statue quarterback.
Yeah, just middle
which
of-
I know I
middle.
get Patriots love, but
Yeah, maybe one day when he has a lot more weapons, but it's not today. So, speaking of a lot of weapons, we go to the Dolphins, where we are starting Tua Tagovailoa. We are starting Tyreek Hill. We are starting Jalen Waddle, Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds, be careful because I heard he's injured.
He's injured. Is he? What's
He's
the
questionable?
What's
He's
the news?
questionable.
Okay.
Okay, let me look him up.
Yeah. While you do that, I will say if he doesn't play, Raheem Mostert is a must start.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even if he does play, Mostert is interesting to me.
Yeah, yeah.
He's always been. I've always liked him. He's
Me
explosive.
too.
He's fast. I think what was it, a year ago or 2 years ago? He was clocked at the fastest running back in football.
Yeah.
And the second fastest running back in football. So he's explosive. He just gets hurt all the time. So
I know.
if
that's
he
what I'm saying.
performs this week, you might want to see if you can sell him.
Okay, so Chase Edmonds yesterday. Chase Edmonds groin,
Oh.
but
Yeah.
participated
Okay.
full
Okay.
in Thursday's practice.
Okay.
So
Love him. I love Chase this year.
Yeah, I just feel like he's going to be a low-end RB2 for this matchup.
No, okay.
But
I like
other
it.
than that, I think you're good to go.
Nice. And then we're sitting Mike Gesicki. I know people like him, but
I don't.
yeah, I don't.
I've never
me
liked him.
either.
Everyone's like, yeah.
Me either.
But I mean, he's
He's like a poor man's Travis Kelce, but not
Yeah.
even close though.
not even close. And he either booms or busts.
Yeah.
And like he busts.
A
like
lot.
I'm talking goose eggs. Not even like, oh, I got 5 points at least. Like,
Yeah.
no, you got nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Okay.
I'd rather start Komet over him. So
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think commit, like, honestly, I think let's look at the rankings. What do I have him ranked at for PPR? Give me a second. I have Cole Kmet at 12.
There you go.
This week.
and where do you have Gesicki? 13.
No, Gesicki's down.
Okay.
Okay. Gesicki, I have him at 22.
Oh wow, super low.
I dropped his ass. I have Evan Ingram above him.
Super low.
By a
What,
spot.
what you got?
Oh, go ahead.
Mike Gesicki's gonna rake this year.
Rake this year? I don't
Rake?
think so.
Rake.
Break or rake?
Rake.
Do you think he outscores Cole Komet?
Easily.
Ooh, show bet.
Show bet.
Show bet.
Hard show bet.
Sandwich.
Show bet
I
sandwich.
say no. I'm talking lunch combo.
Lunch
I want that.
combo.
I want the sandwich, the chips, and the drink.
Soup and salads at OG is what you're betting.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do yeah,
$9.95, whatever it is.
Yeah,
$10.
we're gonna go with Panera. I want a fucking bread bowl soup.
No one ever said I'm gonna go. I want Panera.
I want Panera.
Whoever said I want Panera?
What's wrong with Panera?
Dude,
A white guy from
you
the
don't think I got
suburbs.
nice food?
nice food.
It's nice. It's comfort food.
Come at
Have you ever had a Super
verse-
Bowl bread bowl?
I have, yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay, can you guys write that down in the show? So the show notes: Gesicki versus Komet.
Yeah, I'm wondering how you guys, because we have a lot of bets. I think at the end of the show we got to go back through.
I'm running them on the side, but still, like I got to write who
I
it's
forget.
with. And
I just
whatnot.
say show bet and see what happens.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can see what happens. Hope something good happens. Yeah.
If I win, awesome.
All right, cool. We'll jump to our next matchup. The Chiefs take on the Cardinals. I think the Chiefs
This will be a good one.
gonna be a good matchup.
This
yeah.
should be a good
I don't
matchup.
know. I think
like
I
it.
got the Cardinals winning this one. But anyway, for the Chiefs, we are starting Pat Mahomes, Juju Smith-Schuster, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Travis Kelce. Anyone else you want to start there? Sky Moore, maybe. Jerick McKinnon, maybe. Anybody?
I want to see how they.
Miko
'cause
Hardman, maybe.
I just want to wait on those guys like Sky Moore, Miko Hardman, even MVS. Really, I think he's like a good sleeper, but I don't really too excited
You
about
reading the
that.
notes? You reading the comments?
I am. No, I'm not.
Dude, these guys are ridiculous. You were like, every time Gesicki plays, he busts. And then everyone says, dude, you got to read these. This is great. It's okay. Anyway, let's keep going.
We're trying to do a show here.
Sleepers. Who do you got for the sleeper this week for
I just
Kansas
said
City?
it. MVS.
Nice. Okay.
I agreed with you.
Nice.
I want to see how they're, because word on the street is that the Chiefs. Now I gotta go look at the comments. The Chiefs, literally, like Pat McCombs has stated that he wants to spread the ball out more. Like he doesn't really. What?
You got to read these comments. They're
Okay.
insane. While you do
All right.
that, we'll keep going. I agree, though. I don't know if it's going to be MVS or Juju Smith-Schuster. I don't know who's going to be the one that blows up this week. We'll see.
wow.
We'll jump over to the Cardinals. On the Cardinals side, we got Kyler Murray as an auto start. If Zach Ertz goes, you got to fire him up. I love Hollywood Brown this year, but in this matchup specifically, I think he's going to go bananas this week. It's going to be awesome to see. And I also got James Conner as an auto start every single week. As far as sits go, we're sitting AJ Green. We'll probably sit him the majority of the year unless he shows us that, he's turning back the hands of time. And then finally, we're sitting Rondell Moore. Sorry, Mikey, if you're watching, we are sitting Rondell Moore.
Yeah, he sucked, and you're an idiot for getting him on your team.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Jumping over to our next matchup, the Packers take on the Vikings. This is going to be an exciting NFC North clash between two old rivals. For the Packers, we're starting Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon, and if he plays, Lazard, but doesn't sound like...
I think literally he's doubtful. Like doubtful.
So if
not even like, oh, he's questionable. No, doubtful.
Yeah, if he doesn't play, I think the guy who's going to just be solid is going to be Randall Cobb. It's just always...
I think
it's always
Watkins.
Cobb. Yeah, I could see Watkins.
I think Watkins
I could see
would be
Watkins.
the guy.
But the guy that has the highest upside, I think, is Romeo Doubs. That's where I'm at.
Okay,
like
fair
him.
enough.
I like
Fair
him.
enough.
But who knows, though? I'm not starting any of those guys with confidence.
No,
Any of those receivers.
This would. I don't know why you would even have. People drafted Romeo Doubs.
I did. In like a super deep league.
Yeah,
have,
I
like,
mean, I'm
crazy
just
deep leagues.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But he could be like the number 1 or number 2 waiver priority guy this week, depending on how he plays this week.
Yeah, I
could
think.
see it.
Yeah, I agree with you because everyone I think is waiting to see who Aaron Rodgers is going to target. Because usually when he targets,
Who he turns into Devontae Adams.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
Yep.
For the Vikings, this is a high-powered offense. We love their offense. We got Kirk Cousins as an auto start, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson. I can't wait to see how he starts the year, and Adam Thielen.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with all these. Why wouldn't I?
Yeah. For the sits, we're sitting KJ Osborne. Not that he's not talented. We just
What?
don't know.
That's your
yeah.
boy.
It is my boy. But sitting him this week. And then Alexander Madison, we're sitting. The sleeper, we got tight end Irv Smith.
Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
that. I agree with that because I was like looking at because I'm going up against a team that has George Kittle, so I was really wondering like who's he gonna pick up, and I saw Irv Smith, and I was like, who the heck is that? And then I saw he's on Minnesota.
Dude, these chats are insane. All right.
I tried to reason it.
Jumping over to our next matchup, the Giants take on the Titans. This is going to be a snooze fest, but we are starting Saquon Barkley and sitting everybody else. So we're sitting Kenny Golladay, we're sitting Wan'Dale Robinson, and sitting Kadarius Toney. Well, actually, sleeper Kadarius Toney. Can't wait to see what he can do. For the Titans, we're starting Ryan Tannehill. We're starting Robert Woods, who I think could have a sneaky 900 to 1,000-yard season. And then you got to start Derrick Henry. So the sleeper that we have for the Titans, though, DL, is Treylon Burks. How do you feel about Treylon Burks?
I like him.
Nice. I like that. That's great insight. Great insight. These
No,
chats-
I actually, I'm gonna go back. I'm sorry, but yes, we are kid friendly, and no, we're not Adrian
Peterson friendly. Yeah, we're not.
That was awesome. Anyways, no, I'm really excited about him. You're the one who told me about this, and I saw this a lot over Twitter. That Treylon Burks, like honestly, the Titans really like him a lot.
Yeah.
And
They're
I
gonna
would
give him a lot to do. Yeah.
honestly, I would focus my attention on him over Robert Woods, who's how old, like 30 something, coming off an ACL tear, and yeah. So I literally I tried to grab Burks in every draft I had this year. And I'm excited to watch that unfold.
Robert Woods is 30 years old. Isn't that crazy how we're in our 30s and we think 30s like
Yeah, we
old?
think they're like really
Crazy.
old. Like
Jesus.
I'm older than
I'd
Robert
love to be
Woods.
30 again.
Me too.
We'll rewind
Oh
the
my
clock.
God, I would love to go back
Let me
to being 30.
rewind 4 years, please.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. And our next matchup, our final matchup, the Buccaneers versus the Cowboys. Just curious, who you think is going to win that game?
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Yeah. Me too.
Just because it's Tom Brady and he's got more weapons.
Yeah, I can't bet against Tom Brady. I can't.
Can't.
We're auto starting Tom Brady, Leonard Fournette, who we've given a nickname Fatty McFat.
Fatty McFat.
Yeah, but he's a beast. He was actually on Bussin' with the Boys this past week. And he was really good.
I do disagree with one of your sits. Here.
Sure.
I'll wait.
We're starting Mike Evans. My sits, I have Julio Jones and Chris Godwin. I think you're going to disagree with Julio Jones.
I am.
I like that, though, because Godwin probably isn't going to play.
Exactly.
So I could see Julio being a factor.
Like a flex.
Yeah, maybe a touchdown.
Flex. Yeah, maybe
like
a touch,
40 yards and a
just
touchdown,
like,
yeah.
throw him in there just to see.
Yeah.
Because man, Tom. I mean, think about this is literally a fantasy team on a real team. Tom Brady and Julio Jones.
That's insane.
I mean,
maybe 5 years too late, but
maybe in
still.
2015.
Yeah.
This would be. Oh my God, it would be over with.
Yeah, it would be.
I'm excited. I might do it just to do it.
My sleeper is Russell Gage. That's why I sat Julio, because I got Russell. But
I got
we'll
you.
see. We'll see.
I see what you're doing.
I can't wait to see what Julio does with Tom. I can't wait because
I want to see
I think Julio's still super talented. He's Julio freaking Jones, Hall of
I know
Famer.
it just sucks because you just don't want to give up on him, right?
Yeah, no, 100%.
You just don't. I mean, he sucked on the Titans. He sucked bad on the Titans. But I think, Tom Brady is your quarterback versus Ryan Tannehill. I think, yeah.
You ever had Zenwich? My buddy asked if we should bet Zenwich. You ever had Zenwich?
No, I don't think I have.
So
What's
good.
Zenwich?
Zenwich is like this, Asian-inspired sandwich shop, I guess you could say.
Oh, okay.
Really good though. Really
so
good.
Okay, I'm
Really
down.
good. Yeah, it's been
I
a
like
house.
pho. You ever
Yeah.
have pho?
I love it. Yeah, we got noodles for you over here. Have you seen it? Noodles for you. Real good too.
Fuck no.
Anyway,
You
yeah.
gotta go.
Anyway, the last match here, Cowboys. We're starting Dak Prescott,
Yep.
CeeDee Lamb, Zeke,
Yep.
and Dalton Schultz.
Yep.
Jalen Tolbert's a nice sleeper this
I
week.
know.
Yeah.
I actually had to drop him 1 week.
Ah, dang.
Just because.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting Tony Pollard, but I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know. I think he's going to get a lot of work. I think he'll get a lot of
You
touches
think?
in different ways. Like Zeke will lead in like carries, but Pollard is going to be up there with snaps. He's going to line up as a receiver sometimes. I could see end arounds. I could see a lot of like screen passes to him.
So you feel like he's fantasy worthy start this week?
As a flex.
Or no, I'm sorry.
As a flex.
As a flex.
As a flex.
Because I just don't know. Because like the only time I get excited for him is when Zeke goes down. So
Yeah.
I am. I mean, because they don't have Cooper on the team anymore.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see them.
We'll
using
see.
him more. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Great.
Well, DL,
Wow.
that's our start sit show.
Holy shit.
How long was that? An hour?
I mean, it's 2:30.
I don't know what time we started, but it's been a while.
1:15ish.
1:15ish. Well, shit.
So-
Well, there you go. Well, I think
Yeah.
we averaged like an hour 30 every time we did these.
I
But anyway,
know.
that's it for today's show. DL, you got anything else?
Yes, I did. No, that was about it. That's
Yeah.
about it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm
I love
excited.
these comments.
Any
Sorry.
matchups that you're like super excited about?
Yeah, I'm actually obviously I'm really excited about the Bears game.
Yeah.
I mean, like, duh.
Yeah,
Right. I'm
yeah.
really excited about that. I'm hoping that Amari Cooper does well. I just hope because I did draft him, but I my gut's telling me no.
You have like a lock, or like a player that you know is going to go off, like your lock of the week.
Lock
Maybe
of
Kyle
the
Pitts,
week.
your
Kyle
boy.
Pitts.
Okay,
Yep,
cool.
I would go Kyle Pitts or even Alvin Kamara.
Okay, nice. Those are two good ones. I like both of them. My lock of the week this week. I'm trying to not give you a superstar here. I'll say Rashad Bateman goes off this week.
Okay,
I like
can
it.
see that.
I like it.
I can see that
But we'll
against the
see.
Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like
Yeah.
that one.
We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see. Anyway, real quick, Lamar Jackson didn't get his contract, and so he's going to be playing without a contract essentially, and hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But if he doesn't, he's going to be arguably the highest paid quarterback after this
They're
year.
gonna tag him.
Yeah.
I don't stuff like that. I don't get excited about. I'm like, oh, okay. here
I
we
use it
go.
as motivation though when I draft players because I know that it motivates players to play harder
yes,
or to like
absolutely.
even play through injury. So
And usually, like after they get that big contract, that's when they suck. Have you ever noticed that?
Yep.
Like after they get their contract, all of a sudden they're just like, I'm just gonna fall down now.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for today's episode. We're excited to keep bringing you guys the start sits. We're excited to bring you guys our waiver wire show. Our first one of the year will be next week.
Yeah.
So we'll go live on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Bring our waiver wire show.
And we
we'll
got
tell
some
you
new segments?
Oh yeah, we can't wait. New segments, new graphics, new everything. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't wait to tell you guys who to pick up next week. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it might
Weird.
be
It's
yeah.
like weird to get back in this role. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's super cool. It's super cool. But anyway, remember to send us any last minute start sit questions. Let's say Michael Thomas gets ruled out or Zach Ertz. And if you want to send it to us on Twitter, you can send it to us by tweeting us.
Ask us FFG.
Yeah, and then send them to the Twitter account.
Tweet FFG.
There you go. And if you want to send them via email, we will respond that way as well. You can send those questions to us.
Ask us FFG@gmail.com.
And if you want to call me directly, I will answer the phone. I will answer your voicemails
Get
too.
cold?
Yeah, it's getting
Or
cold.
maybe some girls are getting cold.
Hey man,
They need their coat.
I don't know what it is, but
They need their coat, bro.
They do. They need it.
Grandma's
They need it.
wondering what they're doing.
You're ridiculous. But anyway, you can call us directly.
Girl, summer's over. 708-655-4508.
That's it for today's episode of Phony Homies. Thanks to Andrew. Thanks to Double D. Thanks to little baby Wambi. Thanks to DL. My name's JC. We'll catch you guys next time on the next episode of the Fake Football Guys Show. Peace out.